Previously.
1, 2, 3.
X-Rated, the X-Men Animated Review Show.
Halt the work and prepare for battle.
Are you ready for battle? Welcome to X-Rated 97 Nights. Because it's pretty late here already. Yeah. So we're always here at night.
We've baby watch nights.
Been a long time.
It has been a long time. In fact, 7 days and about an hour. It's good to see everyone. But who are we? I forgot to change my name into something cooler and more specific to this episode. So I'll get back to that.
He ain't even in these episodes.
No, I know. I'm going to come back to who I am. But let's just say I'm your host.
It comes as a heavy burden.
Like the burden of trying to come up with a new name every episode when I'm in a hurry.
It is.
So,
People understand.
I'll come back to that in a minute. But, my co-host has a name, Ramondre Tut.
Lord of Destruction, Bringer of Chaos.
It's pretty accurate.
So they...
That's what it says on my business card.
For a wrestling match.
That's what it says on my business card.
Old school Andre Mayet. Lord of Destruction. Bringer of Chaos. Yep. And he's reminding us that we're super late. It's true.
You know what? And if we have lives, man. All right.
Well,
lives. I do. Dan, Devin doesn't. But unfortunately, I had a board meeting that went super, super late. So here we are.
He's chairman of the board.
I'm not. I'm just a regular chair or regular director on the board.
Just one of the regular schmucks.
That's right. Regular schmo is the word.
Yeah. Well, here we are. X-Rated, the X-Men Animated Review Show. Here to talk about X-Men 97 Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4. The Rise of Apocalypse.
Didn't do a lot of rising. I don't know. He wasn't like standing up or anything. I didn't see him stand up a lot. He was standing a lot, but we need to see him stand up to see the rise. You see,
I think we need to stand more to know that he has truly risen. I agree. Part 1, written by Bo DeMaio and J.B. Ballard. Part 2, written by Bo DeMaio and Anthony Salidi, and both were directed by Chase Conley.
It's weird to have
any opening thoughts on this while I come up with a new name for myself?
Weird to have like a two-parter where like it's directed by someone else in the second part. I guess it's not weird. I mean, in film, the guy that's available does the directing, and the guy they want.
What do you mean? The guy directed both parts?
No, I meant like just it's weird that the writing the writing. It's two parts.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Really one just big story, but it's half written by. I mean, DeMaio wrote both, so maybe he just had ideas.
That's who would have
been the core writer.
They touched up all his stuff after he left.
I tell you, it's a real shame this guy did whatever he did that we all don't know about. Disney's keeping it super secret, but whatever it was.
Well, I guess we know about some, but depends.
Because he's really good for the show.
Yeah, writes some good stuff. There's
sure
no
does.
question about that. Maybe they could just keep him away from everybody if that's the problem, and just have him. I don't know.
What are you saying, that we should just move him to another parish? Is that what you're saying, Devin? Relocate him?
No, when you put it that way.
Does that sound no?
No, I don't like that at all.
I mean, that's not fair. I don't know what the accusations against him are. I don't think anybody really does. But regardless of whatever that issue is, it's out of our scope. But he's certainly a good writer. What if Hitler was the best? And once again, not making the same comparison. What if Hitler was the best painter in the world? His paintings moved you to tears. Would you still hang one in your house, Devin?
No.
All right. You want to talk about it? I mean, I love it.
I am your host, Skalocalypse.
So that's good.
It doesn't sound anything like Apocalypse, but I just like the sound of Skalocalypse.
I'm Ramondre Tut.
Yep.
So you're
yeah,
aware.
no.
You mentioned that you had an SNG reference to talk about in these episodes, and I'm aware of what it is. Are you aware that there's two you can talk about?
You mean TNG?
What I say?
SNG, whatever that is.
That's a whole other thing I'll talk about later. It's actually
Really?
No, it's because I was so I'm part of a gaming group called Sunday Night Gamers. SNG is the short version, and a group of us decided to get matching tattoos of our logo just because we've been doing it for like 20 years.
Wow.
So
when are we getting our matching tattoo?
I was working on the tattoo.
200
I get a little X-Men tattoo. It'd be a nice little way to nod. Do you have any tattoos?
I don't have any tattoos, so
it would be a
first for me.
A little X symbol, a little red X symbol would be kind of cool.
I mean, does it hurt? I don't want people hurt.
Yeah, it hurts.
Skin.
It's needles driving into your skin. What do you think is going to happen?
It sounds awful.
It's not great, but it's nice when it's done. I mean, this has been a big part of my life for many years now. I feel like I could get a little X-Men tattoo in there. I got some room. But anyway, that's where SNG came from.
Like right on your head.
Were you aware that there were two TNG characters in this?
Oh, of course.
Okay, just making sure. All right.
Yep.
You ready
Gates
to go for
McFadden does not return for this one, but we have
She does
two
not,
others.
but there are two others that are happening.
I might have X points about that later.
All right, so
one, I have to admit.
Oh wait, I can't just
snuck
let
by
this play.
me. Like it snuck by me. Like I knew the voice, and for some reason it didn't come to me in the X Goons.
So you looked it up?
No, I get all my information from Ryan and Anif.
Oh really?
Basically.
All right, so we see the X-Men preparing to, with Forge preparing to go into the past, or mentioning how Bishop had gone into the past while they went into the future. Bishop has yet to return. I always find this funny. I know we talked about this last time, but J.B. Ballard is.
Oh, we got another person chiming in about X Factor being the Ice Agents.
Yeah, getting there.
They just
it's like Dean Cain. It's like
3 hours drive because the crow flies from here.
They're like when Dean Cain became an ICE agent. He was like he played Superman, probably the world's most famous immigrant, and then he just goes on to become an ICE agent in real life. Never met your heroes, folks. So J.B. Ballard, which I just find funny because there's a very famous writer named J.G. Ballard, with a G is God, who wrote many books that were adapted into films. He wrote the book Crash, the Cronenberg one. Which is a very disturbing film, but also High Rise, and actually, there's a bunch of movies he wrote. Like he was like a pretty prolific writer that wrote some really kind of out there stuff that was like just mainstream enough to get into movies. Anyway,
abolish X Factor, and Eve says.
A what?
Abolish X Factor.
Well, we'll see where we're going.
But
with
we're not abolishing Guido. We're not even entertaining the thought. So let's get out of here.
Ballard.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Ballard wrote Empire of the Sun, which was a movie, if you remember that. Also, Crash and High Rise and a few others that became movies. So, all right, back to the episode. So,
here we go, way too fast. You don't slow down, you're gonna crash.
What you're waiting for? Oh man, that's a great song.
I love that soundtrack so much.
Give it to me. It's from the
Dumb and Dumber soundtrack.
Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. Is it the? Oh, it's right in the tip of my tongue. There you go. It's not Primitive Radio Gods. No. Shit, what is it? Crash. Dumb and Dumber. I have to look it up. It'll drive me nuts. The Primitives. I was close. I knew it had something to do with Primitive. I said Primitive Radio God. All right. I think that's pretty close. I get a half point. All right, so we get back. They're they haven't gone back yet. He said, "Let's go get him." He said, "We're already risking and much screwing up the time stream as we are, so we should give them time to get back at this very moment." And they're like, "Well, because they're supposed to meet at this very moment in time is what they pre-planned, and since they weren't there, it means something went wrong because they can't. They're not there yet. So, which is weird because even when Bishop does finally get them back, wouldn't he go back to that time? So they should still be there. It's still." Even though he was like, yeah, exactly. If you could pick what
that's
time
the funny thing about the end too, like of this whole thing when he shows up.
Yeah,
it's like that. Okay, show up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, just maybe he didn't like Magneto that much.
Yeah, I know he didn't like Magneto very much.
I really liked Ramatut's pre-apocalypse, Unsub
Ends up on it. Yeah, he looks super cool. The internet calls him Hot Apocalypse.
What do they call him?
Hot Apocalypse.
Hot Apocalypse. Yeah, I get that. Hot Apocalypse. Like Hot Pocket.
Yeah, like a hot
pocket. Would you like a Hot Pocket? So we find out that in the past that the Pharaoh Rama Tut, who is a ruler with futuristic technology that enslaves people. But we see Magneto.
A bunch of like Space Knight looking robots. They look like Space Knights.
Yeah, they kind of do. I wonder if that's a little nod. We see Magneto's attempting to impart Xavier's philosophy to her, claiming to make him the first X-Man, enable him to rewrite history that favors a coexistence of mutants.
Man, he's on a trip here, old Magneto, but we'll talk about that.
He's really gone full, like embracing Xavier's way of looking at things, which is interesting. And it gets him, and we see what happens to him for it.
And there's Kendra waiting for the Tad.
The external, she doesn't have that head symbol yet, but we know that's coming later. We see she, of course, is working with
somebody gives it to her for a Tad.
A Tad.
There's a Space Knight.
Yeah, a little bit. We kind of see that. We see Ball, who is the leader of. This is Ball, right?
That's not Ball. Ball is
General Logos. Yes, who is the general for Ball's the guy that the guy that N7 Newer sort of de facto
picked him up out of the desert as a baby.
So Lagos, who is second in command. That's Ball there with the blue eyes. So we see Lagos is like basically going to battle against them.
Look at N7. Go back. N7 prepared for COVID.
Yeah, he's ready.
He's ready.
Even before the X-Men knew it was coming, they told him about it.
Yeah, what if this attack is taking place on the day of the Tad, and then they're attacking on the day of the Tad?
We see Xavier cautioning Magneto that the N7 Newer becomes a monster in the future, and that he should abandon his efforts to try to turn him.
Yeah, this is the scene where Magneto is just full on Xavier, and Xavier is full on Magneto. They're just taking each other's roles completely in this. That's what they're going for. This is possibly leading towards what everybody assumes this is leading toward, and there's been little hints of it, which I forgot to point out in the second episode. But there's when he's in the astral plane, kind of figuring it. Oh wait, it's at this episode. That's this episode. Never mind. So we'll get to it when we get to it. Yep.
So we see, Magneto still thinks he has a chance to save him if he can stop him from becoming the monster that he becomes. Perhaps he can make him an X-Man and maybe get Charles' ideals about mutant human unification much earlier on in the timeline. Well, if Apocalypse doesn't become a monster,
Apocalypse good, and then Apocalypse becomes what for like 2,000 years?
I was going to say Apocalypse wouldn't even be
3,000 years,
because as we come to learn what Apocalypse becomes, he needs to have a certain outlook in order to fulfill that destiny and get those powers. If he didn't have that outlook, he wouldn't have been granted those powers by the Celestials. He would just be Apocalypse, and he may not live for as many centuries. He may just live a normal lifespan. He may just be.
It seems like his powers is just like he's really strong and invulnerable.
Yeah, perhaps.
And
he's not immortal though. He is in danger at points in the episode. But there was a big war between Apocalypse and N7 Newer and
there's like 100 robots on him there, and they don't even scratch him. Like
he does throw an elephant as well, as we see.
Yeah, and these elephants are like
way bigger than average elephants.
The size of the biggest African elephant ever. Like these are insanely huge.
This guy's got. They also have 4 tusks, as you'll notice. Yeah. Which is not standard with elephants.
Not standard.
So he's got the upgraded model. It's the extra tusk model.
And Magneto is the master of magnetism and gaslighting.
It's just funny for a minute here when he sees him coming through the little nod to what he becomes.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And like his scythe, it makes it kind of look like one of those cables that comes out of him.
Yeah. I'm curious where they source it.
It's scary. Like they're making Apocalypse out to be like quite scary in this.
But actually, kind of like he's not a bad guy yet. You can see why he is, or why he could be. But at this point,
he just wants freedom.
Yeah, he wants to free his people from an oppressive regime that's enslaving them.
But whether it's the consciousness of Magneto or what, Xavier sees through this and sees the monster behind just the person looking for freedom.
Why does Xavier have like a different version of this chair from the past? Like, would this other chair just not work in the past? He brought it with him.
Wheels made out of. This is an interesting little chair.
He had the yellow chair when he got here. Did that just not work? Could he not plug it in the past?
No, they didn't. One of them was carrying him.
Oh, right. But this one's like, obviously there's futuristic technology here. So my headcanon would be that Beast made him one using parts from the robots.
Yeah.
That they found, because they're using parts from Pharaoh Tut's army to try to. He's called Pharaoh.
He's the Pharaoh. Yeah, fair enough.
So to try to rebuild a time machine and get back home.
Yeah,
they're working towards that using technology that Beast is pirating from the robots that they bring back from these battles.
The hover chair was destroyed in the asteroid M battle.
We see, continuing on where Magneto keeps trying to explain that he's trying to influence and Sub-Nur into not becoming the monster that he is. And I feel like he obviously it's mirroring his own story where he sort of became a monster and managed to step away from it. And perhaps he's trying to do the same thing to Apocalypse.
So the thing we were alluding to earlier too about like this kind of switched consciousness somewhat of Xavier and Magneto, it's definitely just a very, very partial thing, because there's definitely, as I'll talk about in scenes later, there's definitely other scenes that come later in these episodes where they're just themselves again for sure. So
yeah,
it's interesting how they're just kind of trickling that in there.
So they're trying to get information. Like obviously, Ball is calling for destroying Pharaoh Tut and all of his people. So he's
he likes heads. He wants you to cut off a lot of heads.
He is definitely representing the darker impulse of the what Sub-Nur sort of represents as the strongest leads. He believes that in purely evolutionary standards that the strongest survives, the strongest, the fittest, survival of the fittest. And there's no room for weakness, and certainly not in any kind of a level where you're in control of people. So that's sort of what Ball's logic is as well.
There's that line. I don't think I have it cut here, but the line in this where Magneto and Sub-Nur are talking, and Sub says, "People like me are just destined to dream of freedom," and like that's the whole thing. And if you can achieve that, like that's as far as you go. So they're trying to tell him about how he can be great and all these things. He's just like, no, like I'm just trying to get to the maximum that someone like me can get to, which is freedom, basically. And so
there are good quotes in this one. I guess I'll bring them up later.
There's a lot, yeah.
But let me get back to where my write-up was. All right, so then more talking about being able to alter and that they're now on the same page and close to being friends. Look at this picture. Yeah. So finding the anyway, they're trying to
go back to that one again.
He looks very archery in this one.
No, of Magneto. Spitting image of Adam Driver, is it not?
I can see that. Throw a beard on him. Make his hair white.
I was being sarcastic, but can get out of here.
So those of you who have not been paying attention to the private chat that Davin and I have, Davin, of course, is very upset that Adam Driver is not the headcanon Magneto that he.
No, not that I'm upset. It's just I can't see it. I'm trying to flex my brain and stretch my brain.
You never will until you do.
I'm open to be surprised, but it will be the biggest surprise I've ever gotten in.
Everyone hated Daniel Craig as James Bond until they saw him do it. Everyone hated David Cornsweet. He was the best one. Everyone hated David Cornsweet as Superman until they saw it. Just give it a chance, see it, and then judge for yourself. Then I'm too tired to argue. I hope you are too.
Surprise me.
We don't even know if he has it yet. It's just an internet rumor.
That one seems to be the strongest rumor. There's been thrown a lot of.
I think he'd be good at it. I mean, I thought he was great as my brain's not working tonight.
It's late.
What's his name? Kylo Ren in Star Wars.
Kylo Ren
in the first one when he was just like bad. Fuck off, Devin.
And that's the one I saw. That's the only one I saw, and it was really bad. Like,
with the mask on,
like,
when he was
there's
super,
that
when he
like
was just
scene
being
on
a
the
villain.
gantry where he like kills Han Solo. The acting in that is just awful, man.
All right, well, you show me your acting awards, and then maybe you can.
I'm not saying I'm great, but I'm saying like the person who plays Magneto needs to be like Ian McKellen, man. Like level acting.
We'll see. So anyway, they're trying to torture Lagos. They're not torture him, but get information out of him. But Pharaoh Tut.
Like, can we just give McKellen his flowers for a minute? Like, God, what he's brought to Magneto, and we're gonna get one last go of it here at Doomsday. Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be great. He's fantastic. That's like 90, so I mean, maybe it's time to move on.
But like that's what I mean about a commanding president. He can be frail in 90, and you still like you're like, yep. That's Magneto.
I mean that picture they put out, that's like the big picture for Doomsday with all the people together. Yeah, they all look really good in it. I really like that new Fantastic Four costume with the jackets. They're cool.
No needle shall ever touch my skin again.
Like
so many good lines with him as Magneto.
You're a god among ants. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So yeah, Sabinor is.
They should have killed me when they had the chance. That's a good one.
It's late, Devin. Let's get through this. So Lagos is goading him, saying that he's the one that left him behind in the desert. Made him the first slave.
Going for the head.
Made him the first slave in the desert as a child. It brought him into slavery. So of course he's ready to kill him.
It was that or death.
Charles decides to use his powers to go into Lagos's head and discover. He sees a lot of imagery related to time, as we're going to learn later, which I think anybody's paying semi-attention. But Charles connects it all to, let's see if I can find the particular image of basically those of us in the know that he sees the influence of a celestial, in that what Pharaoh Tut is trying to get to, and Rama Tut is trying to get to, is celestial technology that's buried in the desert in Egypt. And that it has the potential to do an insane amount of damage.
It puzzles me somewhat how much difficulty Rama Tut is having with just like finding and acquiring that. I think
you know exactly why, which we'll come to find out, is the Celestial chooses. Yeah, the Celestial chooses the person to take this mantle. And
we see runes and stuff later as soon as
it shows him. It didn't show Rama Tut's just trying to get the power, but he's not the one that is being chosen. I'm trying to get to this particular.
Like it even shows the X-Men as part of this whole thing.
I'm trying to get to this particular scene without.
The Celestials are crazy, man. So they're these crazy beings that were the first beings in our universe. Yet they're all very, instead of being this kind of like cosmic entity thing like Galactus, that just kind of just has a hunger and has to like.
Galactus is celestial too, though, is he not?
Satiate that, but the Celestials are all very different. All have their own motivation.
Yeah, but they kind of look alike.
Do what they want. They look alike, but they're all very like.
There it is.
Like this one's just like, I want to create an apocalypse to like make a survival of the fittest thing. Like that's weird. The rest of them wouldn't be down with that necessarily. Like, they all do their very like, and then there's the one that messes with the Eternals, and like that's what
this one is specifically named or specifically identified. The Celestial.
They do say its name here.
I think based on its design, you can tell which one it is. The way, based on its design, you can tell which one it is.
Is it starts with it.
It's not the Judge.
Xeron? Is it Xeron?
Eson? ESON?
Oh, Eson, the Searcher.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Yes, Eson the Searcher is the Celestial behind Apocalypse transformation.
Yeah.
That's right. So
Eson the Searcher, yep. Xeron the Tester, there's Erishim the Judge. They're all very interesting. I
don't know, is this true? Because Essen was seen in Guardians of the Galaxy as well. When they're showing the past and you see the Celestial is going to destroy them. Hear the Power Stone in the flashback when they're learning about where the stone came from. So
searching it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be the same guy. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, It says the Marvel has established that the Celestials share a consciousness across all their different bodies, a tethered consciousness with all their variants across realities.
Well, because they were like the initial thing. There was them. They were like
so all versions of them are connected to all other versions of them for parallel universes.
And then there's the anti-Celestials. What were they called? There's the aspirants and anyway. It's a whole convoluted kind of, not convoluted. It's well written and stuff. But
yeah. Well, as you can see, they were not really hiding this because I just froze framed this. I didn't like this is from. So they put it right in front, but only for a second. What does this look like to you, Devin?
What's this?
I sent you a picture of this. You didn't get it when I sent it to you?
This image here?
Yeah, when it shows Xavier looking
almost looks like a phoenix in there.
No. Anyway. It almost looks like the helmet of who, Devin?
Oh, it's Magneto's helmet.
Yeah, but also closer to Onslaught's helmet.
Yeah. Well, we think it's coming.
Everyone does, but this is like in the escape. Xavier sees this combination of his own mind and the mind, and
they've been going really big with the villain, so they have to keep upping it. Like it's.
But in the intro to this episode, Apocalypse. In the intro to this episode, they've added like the scene where Magneto and Xavier is attacking him with his mind on the asteroid at the end of the last season.
I think.
Which a lot of people think is where this started.
They have to keep getting pretty big with these villains. I think season 3's villain, I think it will be Onslaught. I think season 4's villain we might get like Cassandra Nova or something.
That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. Obviously, I would love that, but who knows? So maybe the TVA. So anyway,
I hope not. Mojo would be awesome though. Some more Mojo, or like maybe
we're going to get more Mojo eventually.
We need an arcade episode.
They do need to introduce arcade for sure. Yeah, that could be one of the in between episodes, like the Danger one or whatever we're getting.
That'd be fun.
So a weapon that will transform Tut into a god is located in the ancient temple. Later, Nur and the Sandstormers discover that X-Men's plans that they're stealing the technology and trying to use it to do something else. But feeling betrayed by Magneto, Nur decapitates Logos right in front of Magneto and champions the ideology of survival of the fittest. Bishop appears, as we see, and manages to save them. The X-Men defeat the Sandstormers so they can travel back to the 90s. Ramatut fires a shot towards the base where the X-Men and Nur are located. And then we see the place get destroyed. And when the X-Men are dead and there's no more episodes. End of X-Men Forever.
It was awful.
It was a weird way to kill and end the show. But,
no. Good episode.
Great episode.
Let's rank it. Hold on. We're going to
rank. Are we do this all as one big episode, or are we doing individuals?
Well, we'll do at least our X ratings individual.
Okay.
All right. So
we're doing the awards for this, right?
No, we don't do awards for this one.
I like the awards better.
All right, we'll do awards for this one.
Well, it doesn't matter. We can say this.
Just sad.
Oh, let me.
They're all 10s.
This one is. I'll give you that too.
They're all 10s. They've been all 10s for you this season too. They're all
so 10s. Far. There's only 3 episodes we've rated, although spoiler alert, 4 is going to be a 10 as well. They're great shows. It's really
4
really
ever going to be a 10.
I'm sure there's going to be one in here that's going to be a little lesser.
4 breaks the top 5 of best episodes of this series
ever, including 97.
You mean 92?
Or 92?
I was talking 97.
Sure, I can agree with that. It's a great episode. It's like forced with the ideology, right? Like the whole thing's about this ideology about what's might makes right. This, if you ever read the novel, yeah, but also like stuff that was kind of introduced in the Once and Future King, which always kind of pops up a little bit in X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Magneto realizing that's not the way, turning away from that path, and then meeting someone else who is 100% on that path is very interesting narratively to sort of, to be faced with the younger you, essentially, is what Magneto's being faced with in this world. But what Tut becomes is far worse, or what Nerve becomes is far worse. But the idea that what that ideology gives you, right? Like,
since we're not going to do X points tonight, we'll do Wolverine.
No, we can do it. We can do
instead.
it.
No. I'll just talk about one of my X points right now.
No, we'll do them, Devin. Go ahead. There's lots to talk about.
Nah, I only had like 3 off ready anyway. So, the voice of Ball is Michael Dorn. Yeah, I mean, he sounds just like Worf. He's doing the Worf voice.
He hides their true intent. This so-called prophet has lied to you.
This is Worf. He's probably said that.
It's a little dumbed down from Worf, but like not dumbed down, but like
barely
a little more human.
I was surprised at how full Worf he went with it. Like he was like I'm ashamed that the next TNG character I'll mention after the next episode we talk about, I didn't pick up on right away. I knew it was someone I knew intimately. I'm like, oh, that voice. But then, like,
why I recognized it, Devin?
Threw it aside. You knew
why I recognized it? I did. But he's only in like half of a season. He's not in it a lot, but he's really good now. Yeah.
But like I knew it was Dorn halfway into his first syllable. Like, I'm a big Worf guy, so I was just like, oh.
Yeah, well, they have a really good line. There's a lot of good lines in this episode.
And he's good as Ball. But you know what? I'm going to be a little controversial here. Even great actors that I love, like Michael Dorn and the other actor that we'll talk about later on, and even Gates McFadden and other ones they've had in this show. I believe, who was it that said it? Matthew Lillard said it actually recently. Voice actors are still better at this. Like, when you hear Gates and Michael Dorn and the other actor we'll talk about in this and other big names that they bring in, they're noticeably not as good at this as the main voice actors that we see. I find
it makes me wonder who Jonathan Frakes is going to play in this show.
I hope Frakes comes in, like, just because I'm a Star Trek guy.
Yeah,
but still, if they were to bring in like a straight up voice actor, it would probably the execution would probably.
Well, they have way more experience being voice actors.
Yeah, it's a different skill.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
I think it's very much a different skill, like more than I thought it was. Like, I thought it was just like, yeah,
Well, it's like anything. If you're stage acting, it's a somewhat different skill than film acting too, because you have to
it's true.
Everything's a lot bigger on stage because people are watching from a distance. With the camera, it's right in your face, so every little subtle, inflection face you make, it comes across. So you can certainly convey more emotion because you have all your face to use, assuming you're in control of your face when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, that might be it. Where as a voice actor, you have to learn the skill of doing.
You literally just voice.
Yeah,
I feel like maybe that's why stage actors gravitate towards a lot of the people we talk to.
They're very big physically, oftentimes.
Yeah, but like a lot of the people that we talk to that were voices on the show were stage actors, like Huff and Lenore.
Yeah,
they all come from stage originally, so then went to film later.
Allison, she did.
No, I want to see do a voice in this show. Kevin McDonald, that would be great.
Me too.
Be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. My point.
Kevin McDonald should be the voice of Arcade.
Oh, he would be really good at that.
He would be amazing.
If he did a sinister version of it. Actually, Mark Hamill would be pretty good at it too. But
I'll give it to Kevin. Give it to Kevin though.
We're sticking with Canadians.
Yeah. Oh, if you don't know, Kevin McDonald's one of the kids in the hall. Everybody.
You know him as the voice of Wendy from Lilo and Stitch, the cartoon version. Also, the voice of Invader, or one of the tallest from Invader Zim. But he did a lot of voice work.
Oh, yeah, good stuff.
He's also on that 70s show as Pastor Dave, which a lot of people forget. And someone reminded me of that. I was like, oh, right. Yeah, he was. He's on Seinfeld. He was Gene Best in that episode. So are we doing 3? Is that what we're at for X points now? 3 each? Or are we doing the 10s for these?
Nah, we'll skip all that and we'll just do Wolver words at the end. Let's go to
I want to talk about stuff I liked. I liked in this episode.
Okay. All right.
The nod to Apocalypse, or the nod to Onslaught was really cool.
We'll do Schnick points then. We'll do 3 each. I with that on this one.
So yeah, I'll start with that one.
I already did my first one. I talked about Michael Dorn. You go.
All right. Well, the nod to Onslaught is very, very cool. I thought I thought seeing that.
I didn't catch that helmet, even though you sent it to me. When did you send me? Did you
like
really
way back when the episode first came out?
Oh, okay.
So they're teasing it. It's coming.
Scrolling back. Maybe you just felt like.
I hope we get that fun storyline where, like, because like during that Onslaught story, it kind of went across all these other comics. So you'd see like the Ben Reilly Spider-Man like fighting giant sentinels or something in his comic, which is kind of connecting over to what's going on with Onslaught in the other comics. So that's really cool. All right, next point.
Well, my next X point. Let me see here in this one. Well, let's talk about the Space Knights. So I really do think those look like Space Knights. Like if those were silver, they would look like just like Rom.
No,
So
the heads are kind of circular. They actually
everybody haven't been around much in comics in the last 40 years.
I feel like they kind of look like robot. I feel like they kind of look like robot versions of the Celestials a little bit. They got the round heads, like the kind of round.
Yeah, but they really look like Rom's head too. Rom's
head was kind of square.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Little Rom meets Celestial.
Little Romy.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run through some of the best lines from this episode as my next point. Let's see here. Magneto said, "Mankind has a long authored history. The result, countless volumes of trite barbarism. Every new chapter scrolled in blood." And Logos says, "I suppose perseverance is the virtue of a slave," which I thought was nice. Sabanur said, "We were born slaves, shackled before we could walk, beaten before we could fight, but men like us kneel no longer." And I liked when Magneto and Ball were arguing over the soul of and Sabanur, when Magneto says, "Dreams help us survive, perhaps even more than blades and arrows." And Ball says, "I've never seen an enemy quake before a dream." This is a really nice line.
That was a great line.
And then Magneto also says, because it comes back later, "Only a coward feels mighty when stepping on ants."
Oh, that's in the next episode.
No, that's in this one. Magneto says in this episode.
Oh, he says it both. Oh,
it's quoted back to him later. It's quoted back later.
Wow.
And the best one, perhaps, is when Nor discovers he doesn't know why, but he thinks it's nefarious ends. When he sees them using the technology they're taking from Tut, he says, "Lies are the weapons of the weak," which is another line I really like.
Well,
also, Rogue. Oh, yeah, my third point. Oh, you use third point.
No, you go ahead.
My third point is Rogue's outfit in this. Did you recognize it?
Which one was it?
According to this, it says that Rogue's outfit is in Ancient Ages based on a costume she wore in Uncanny X-Men 182.
Excuse me, Mo.
You got them that close, eh? In catalog right there. That's awesome.
Yep. 188, 186.
It's the one with the green. Here, it's right here, Devin. I can show you on the screen.
Oh, I don't own 182.
You know, it's this one.
Yeah, I don't have that one, actually.
That's the outfit she's kind of wearing.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, it's neat.
Dang, I gotta track that one down. Well, you know, I still have some holes in my uncanny collection.
You got holes, Devin?
Sadly.
It's this version of the costume.
It
actually fits really well into like an Egyptian kind of look, so it's kind of fun. Although I notice everybody's wearing an awful lot of layers considering they're in Egypt. You know, like it'd be fucking hot. Like Magneto's wearing like full outfit.
It's the desert, man. It gets cold at night.
Also, last next point, does Magneto's outfit look familiar to you at all in this episode?
What was he wearing? I wasn't paying attention.
It looks an awful lot like the version of his costume he wore in Grant Morrison's X-Men run.
No, it doesn't.
Let's see.
You mean Zorn?
No, when he at the end when he becomes Magneto, when he's revealed to be Magneto.
You mean Zorn?
When Zorn is revealed to be Magneto. Yeah, look. Shit, we'll share screen.
All right, let's see it.
without the helmet. That's the costume.
Is it?
Yes.
He's wearing this long pink cloak under the
That's what he's
cape.
wearing in the show.
Okay.
It's
Not
literally
that
the same.
like, that's like down to the ground. This is like he's wearing a dress.
Yeah, it's like a closed shirt thing. Yeah, that's what he wears. He wore it.
Okay. Right.
The versions I'm trying to find. It's only the X-Men one, but of course the Grant Morrison version is the one I remember. So a lot of, but yeah, this is Zorn helmet. Yeah, that's what to me that's what it looks like anyway. Whether I'm the only one who is feels that way or not, you sound off in the comments. So let's see, episode 2. You ready?
Yep.
One second to bring it up.
Oh yeah, I didn't do my last X point. So I'm just gonna blow it. I'm just gonna say it now. Rama Tut is John Delancey, who plays Q in Star Trek: The Next Generation, and he's been Breaking Bad, I guess. And
he's part of that was small.
And his father was like a big time orchestral musician, so he often does these things where it's like orchestral trek, where he like conducts an orchestra. He did it here in Halifax, and I couldn't get tickets. And I was
Did you know that John Delancey also does the voice on My Little Pony?
Mm-hmm.
He's Nightmare, is that right?
He does a fair bit of voice acting.
All right.
He did have a few good. There was a few good Rama Tut quotes in this episode too.
Oh, he's great. He's really good in this episode. He does the voice really well.
Yeah. Never skip the intro, as always, if
Never.
when you're watching the episode.
So we see that Ball.
Oh, good night, executive producer Larry H., friend of the show.
We see that Magneto protected everyone from the blast using his powers, but Nerve survived. He didn't protect Nerve, but Nerve survived. But Ball didn't, as we see.
Nothing hurts him. Like
he's pretty indestructible.
Yeah. He's pretty powerful already.
Xavier's able to convince Nerve to work with them together.
Oh, that's right. Deborah Wilson from Mad TV was the voice of Kandra.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Ball was the one that kind of rescued Nerve and gave him his name, which means the first one, if I recall correctly. Which is kind of funny. Like the first of what? How do you know what he is? He's just the guy with the blue mouth. There's no mutants.
It's the first one with the blue mouth.
The first one with the blue mouth. Fair enough. So yeah, like the strip down the middle is different, but this costume is very similar, as you'll see, to that one, and the gloves are different too.
Bit of a stretch.
I'm taking it, man. I think it is.
All right.
So basically,
they're arguing.
Yeah, they're arguing, working on it.
Nightcrawler sort of somewhat sees what Magneto's talking about, but that's about it.
Magneto also destroys the bracelet that would get them back home.
Dirty move.
Yeah, so they're forced to go forward with the plan. Bishop, of course, is not happy with this because
he has a great line to Bishop too. He's just like, "Why be a villain, Bishop, when I am here? Like,
yeah.
You don't need to lower yourself to stuff I'll just do anyway."
Yeah, I do think that. What's this?
But look at that look. He's just like, I hate you, Magneto. That's why I show up like 20 minutes or like a few hours too late later at the end of this.
Yeah, I guess it is hours. Well, time travel's not exact science.
Yeah, like the sun goes down. Like it's a crazy scene. Xavier doesn't move for hours.
He's sad. He's a sad
Very
boy.
sad.
He's a sad boy, that Magneto, that Xavier.
Yep.
So,
and he says, Bishop, the voice of reason, # listen to the black man.
The group reached the temple. First, Xavier is trying to go into the mind of Apocalypse to find out basically to find out about his history and if there's any secrets in his past that can lead them to knowing more about it. And he sees all the pain that he experienced as a slave and working his way up
Shows like all the things he had to do just to get a blanket, like a shitty blanket.
Yeah. Yep. They reach the temple. There's a nice moment between between Rogue and her saying she's afraid of what he's going to become in the future, which is an interesting nod to what, their connection later somewhat. And especially her talking about losing the love of her life, and then that person, him being connected. And maybe that's what leads him to choosing to bring back Gambit because of this conversation, which is very interesting as well. Right? Do you pick that up?
Yep.
She says, I'm afraid to go to the future. And she says, why? Because what you're going to find there? And she goes, no, because what you become there. Like what you're going to find there. Word more about you. It's a nice moment. Very nice moment.
She's the only one kind of being straight with him. She's not being specific because they're trying to avoid all the specifics with him. But she's just like, yeah. We know about you.
The voice acting on him in this is really good too. But she's really excellent as well.
Like they're still trying to not even tell them that they're from the future.
So we see the Pharaoh's using his technology to communicate with Charles, and reveals to him that
was like a black bolt looking thing he had there. Did you see that?
Yeah, kind of. It's a mega symbol. Which just kind of
looks like a lockjaw.
Well, it looks like the tuning fork was Lockjaw's one.
Oh yeah, tuning.
Kind of looks like the wizard's helmet, but not the right color.
No.
So basically, he explains to Xavier the ramifications of Tut finding the temple before him, and that is ancient technology, and Tut's going to use Ner's going to use it to do some monstrous things which he's aware of, but. Yeah, this is definitely. Look at this; it goes right down to the floor. It's very much like costume.
Maybe a little bit.
Thank you. So they discover when they go there that this is actually a fallen celestial ship, and that it is the ship that Apocalypse uses in the future. That we see him, bombing around in time and doing the universe. Esson. The ship that would later be Apocalypse's weapon. The inscription temple reveals Ner's future. It shows
ship named ship.
Shows hieroglyphs that explain that it was all predestined for this to happen.
Mm-hmm. Even the X-Men,
even everything. The X-Men being there in the image. So basically, he is shown. The Celestial appears to him and explains that his destiny is to become the Destroyer. That there's cycles in the universe.
The rocks upon the eternal shore.
Yeah, they do. They visit that.
They almost overuse it.
They do overuse it, Sarah. They use it too much. Seeing it be said once might be fine.
It's the line we all loved from the original series, and making it something of significance.
If it was told,
cool, if
it was told to him by the Celestials. That's what he will become. Then I can see why he would repeat it later. But they say it like 3 times. It's more than it needs to be. But Apocalypse has basically shown that he is to be a weapon for the Celestials, which will be becoming an agent, essentially an agent of chaos, destroying so that the world and life can rebuild. So becoming the ultimate manifestation.
And the spit will rise up above the rest.
Survival.
So then the things that do survive will be stronger, and it's all about just.
Yeah, so he's chosen for this path. Then of course it gives them a method to go into it. The X-Men try to stop him, but they are unable to do so. He manages to get to touch the diamond. The diamond shatters and forms over him. It actually asks him if he wants to become this. Explains to him that this is what his future will be, the ultimate destroyer. But then he agrees. He wants to become the strongest there is, and then becomes Apocalypse.
But he also, it's more than that too, where it's just like he might have like a fear of death kind of thing too, because he's just seen it so many times. And it's like he says to Xavier later, he's like, "You're gonna be a monster." He's just like, "Yes, but I will always be."
Yeah, but I will be. That's a great line. But I will always be. You'll become a monster. He does say that. That's a really good line. But I will always be. So Mayday takes the blame for failing to stop Ner when he had the chance, and gives them the technology and sends them back to the future. However, before Xavier can join him, he's stopped by Apocalypse, who is now basically going to destroy the entire city that Pharaoh Tut controls, killing all the innocent people as well as the guilty.
I saw you as a prophet. You cannot even foresee your end.
It's a great.
This Apocalypse is intense, man. The voice actor is good.
We get a lot of memes from this one. I'm sure you've seen them all online. But basically, he's seeing that Apocalypse is coming. He knows that how the timeline works out and says, "There's nothing I can do here." My chances.
Well, he's like, this timeline's a bust. Not for me.
Yeah, basically. So he heads off into his time ship. He mentions that the only way to go forward to teasing her future is that she becomes.
Whatever you do, don't attack on the day of attack.
He said only thing that could perhaps stop him is a force that is external, which is a nod to what she becomes later.
And
so I guess that makes
nod that Gambit's gonna be the one to defeat Apocalypse in the end.
Well, it's also perhaps a nod into how part of how he comes back may have something to do with her. So then he starts changing his costume as he goes on to his next thing. As we all know, he is now Kang.
I like he says his names. He's like, yeah, they call me Ramatut, Victor.
He said I've been called Nathaniel, Ramatut, and Kang. He says, Victor Timely is one of the oddest ones to mention, but it's funny that it got mentioned in there.
It wasn't his name also Victor when he was Iron Lad though?
No, I think it was a different name. Victor Timely was.
I don't remember Victor Timely, but I thought Iron.
No, he was Nate Richards.
Oh, Iron Lad was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was born in the 30s. He's the young version of pre-evil version of Kang. This meme's been going online.
One that never became evil.
Yeah. I think I really like that. I mean, they really stuck to the classic design, but I think it's pretty great. It also really ties in. Like, it's so genius what they've done with the show because it really ties in. That is true. It really ties
that's
in.
Crazy in this last conversation of this episode, then, where it's Xavier and Apocalypse, just Ross Marquand talking to himself.
What also perhaps you may have forgotten this is in the 4-part time travel one with Apocalypse. There's that weird little imp that's leading Bishop towards his path to find a way to stop Apocalypse when he's lost in between time. That imp turns out to be Immortus. And we can see why Immortus might have a bit of a grudge for Apocalypse now. So it ties to this because Immortus is another version of Ramatut. There's another version of Kang. So you've listened to my podcast. You've seen the episode where I talked to Ukla the Mock, the band.
Yep.
They have a really fun song on that.
They do
album.
your theme song.
They do. They have a really fun album or song on that album, Versus Evil, where it's called like Everything is Kang or Everybody's Kang, and it's about how like everybody is some version of Kang. It's really, really funny. Listen to it. If you have a streaming service of some kind, I assume, just throw it on. It's really good. So he says, she says like something about, he says only time will tell. Basically, that's what the future will hold for what's going on here. He's like, because basically the whole world will be destroyed. She's like, well, like, how's she going to survive? He said only time will tell. So, which is a great nod. Hopefully, actually, Kang himself could just be a villain on a season. He'd be a great villain if they ever return to this.
Well, since they're not going to do Kang on the MCU anymore, they might as well put him somewhere.
Yeah, and do him the proper way.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes off to battle others in time. There's a great fight between Magneto and
again, the animation is just off the charts in this series.
Oh, it's so good. Magneto manages to get rid of Apocalypse for a moment, sees what he's going to do, and resolves to stop him from destroying the city. I love
how they gave Magneto the cliche. Whenever someone is just like killed and they just all of a sudden they're alive, they always have a face scar. It's just like, no, I was obliterated, dude. But see my scar on my face.
I like how he gets stabbed and he puts like metal over it, like that stop the bleeding or something.
Oh, he does that a lot.
Yeah, it was just funny. So yeah, he knows he's quite hurt. He also knows that it might take all of his power to stop this thing, so he goes off. And they have a great scene of him using his abilities
to seal the black hole by like surrounding it with matter that it just kind of fuses.
But it like literally takes everything out of him, forcing him towards the desert.
It fires him into the air. He's like, it's pretty crazy. But he's sort of half conscious on his way to the ground, and they show it where he's like sort of breaking his fall somewhat.
It's so well animated in the scene. Like if this was a movie, which it is, I mean it is in a way. But you know, Xavier's crawling because he sent Xavier away in like a metal bubble. Xavier, of course,
try to stop the ship, but the ship's just like, I don't listen to you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
like, sorry. It's like sorry.
So he must consciously, I guess, just gets blasted towards where Xavier is. But Xavier's crawling towards him. And it's this nice scene of Xavier trying to control his friend. But like the tonal shift when you hear the footsteps. Because
it's scary.
You're like, of course, he's going to his friend.
Like
he's trying towards
T-Rex in Jurassic Park,
and then you just see the ground shaking the steps and see Apocalypse come over the.
The first thing he does is Apocalypse when he comes out of that like crystalline kind of shell or whatever, and his Apocalypse. First thing he does is just grow to be super huge. He's just like, yeah, look what I can do now. Scared now, aren't you?
Apocalypse, they quote something else, which I don't remember what it was from. Oh, it was Batman is what it reminded me of. In The Dark Knight, when he says lie to him, like you lied to me, that I'm going to be okay. Or like I lied to Rachel to tell her she was going to be all right. It's a very similar line where he says lie to him and tell him he's going to be okay.
And they just apologize to each other. That's all they do.
Yes, they do. And Xavier tries to reach out to him in his mind and maybe takes part of his consciousness. Who knows?
Yeah.
For him with Onslaught. But then Magneto vaporizes Apocalypse vaporizes him from behind.
Vaporizes him.
It's
like scary, like as it's glowing behind him and it lights.
Yeah, you
up
can see his rib cage through.
It's awful.
Yeah, and then you see him just fall apart in Xavier's eyes, which is really cool. Like the stylish choice of that, even the noise, the helmet
like,
sort of.
Like I was pretty high on this two-parter anyway, but the last like 5 minutes just. Man,
the best of Xavier is almost like waiting to die, like he knows it's coming, and Apocalypse puts his boot on his head like he's going to crush him, but then apes the same line that Magneto told him earlier that only a coward would feel strong or feel mighty stepping on ants, crushing ants, and then steps over him and walks away like he's beneath even him, which is so awesome. Then Magneto,
because he, at least in like back in the 90s and stuff, Apocalypse is pretty well immune to Xavier's telepathy. So.
But Xavier just sits there until it gets dark.
He doesn't move. He is like there he is
until Bishop comes to get him.
Bishop's like, yep, showed up late on purpose. Let's get out of here. And then we got the after credits scene.
Yeah, which is very cool. Which we see Magneto Wolverine meeting Black Widow in her great 80s costume, which is really cool. Or early 90s costume. Weapon X Files that was got for him by Steve Rogers. And
says he's getting the old band back together.
He says.
Could be like Task Force X or whatever they would call it. It could be Alpha Flight. I hope it's Alpha Flight.
I never realized how different Wolverine's voice is in this until this scene. It's quite different.
But I hear Cal do the voice where he does it just like he used to. I feel like it's something they're doing in post.
Yeah, it's any great episode.
It does have some like throat issues.
So we're setting up Weapon X Slice and DVDs, which is the next episode. But great episode. Great two-parter, great everything. We get Celestials, we get Kang, we get fucking Apocalypse being full Apocalypse, we get all of it coming full circle. The ants line. It's so good. So good.
It is pretty great. They're all 10s.
This one's a 10 as well for me. It's I mean, honestly, these two parts probably would just go together. But that's one big one. But it's a 10 across the board. So good.
Yeah, well, we're gonna skip the X ratings theme then because they're all 10.
Yeah, I've already done.
We'll just move on to the Wolf Awards for this one. How about that?
Sure.
So let's do awards for this second episode.
Yeah, that's the best. I'll start with best line, so I want to do that one first.
All right.
Which actually, even I forgot to mention going through it when Xavier says like how right your mother was.
All right, go.
When Magneto, or because we were talking about how their character personalities are changing. How Xavier says how right your mother was to leave you behind in the desert.
How wise.
Yeah, wise
For leaving you
for
to
leaving
bake is what he says.
Yeah, in the desert. So obviously he's his friend was just vaporized in front of him.
Did she sense your vile nature? I have it memorized. It stuck with me so much. I love that line.
But the best line, possibly this whole show, maybe not the whole show, but so far, is that scene where he walks over to him and he says, "I know your future. You'll never be a god. You'll always be a monster." And he says, "But I will always be." And that's when it's like standing over him and he says, "Alas, only a coward feels mighty with stepping on ants," and walks over him and walks away. Like saying he's not even worth crushing. It's so good. Although
you brought up that scene. So this is we do best scene, best character, and best line in this, right? But did you just say your best line? Did you?
I mean, that might be the best scene too, but that's really
it's the
good.
best scene for me and the best line.
Yeah, I think so too.
But for me, it's Xavier's line. For me, it's just him losing it on him and being like, "How wise you are."
I want to go through all of the good lines since we're hanging out. You said earlier, no need to be a villain, Bishop, when you have me. Not when you have me. And when Magneto knows he's going to die, but when he goes off to do the stop the beam before Apocalypse, it's not enough to remember the mistakes for past, Charles. Honor me with action, not tears.
Oh, you know what's another great one? When he says, it's in that same scene, he's just like, they need you. The world needs you like it always has.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why I've been so glad to play so willing to play the devil that drives the sinners into the
light, or toward the saint, or something.
Follow the saint, yeah.
Toward the saint.
That was pretty good.
What's the other ones that's good? Bishop says, "Put on your damn tags or I'll drag your riddle loving butts back to the future."
So he just
yeah. I also love the Bishop when he said, "How'd I get stuck playing chaperone to a bunch of martyrs who tried using the worst mutant ever to rewrite the whole damn timeline?" So that was really funny. B says,
just gave Bishop the Black Excellence Award for being the only person with some damn sense.
Yep. B says a fun line too, where he says, "Democracy may be only a few thousand years away, but perhaps we can take a vote."
That's a good one. Oh man, there's some great stuff here.
Rogue says, "What about you? You ever been in love?" And he says, "My mother abandoned me in the desert as an infant, and ever since, everyone I've ever known I've lost. Love is pain, a weakness I cannot afford." And then Magneto said, "I too once thought violence could heal the world. It cannot." And Seven Nurse says, "Violence can usher in a new age, forged of iron and blood, an age free of weakness and victims," which is another one, free of victims, which I think is key line. That age begins now. Yeah, and after they destroy everybody, Seven Nurse says, "You survived the Pharaoh's attacks, so strength merits the chance to say your piece. But know this, if your truth falters, my blade will not." So like the fact they survived the fight means that they're worth. Yeah, how wise your mother abandoning you. Do you think she sensed your vile nature? If only Ball had left you to bake, what a better world.
That's it.
And I love the Essen one too. All creation is for Essen when he's telling what he's become. He says, "All creation is forged through destruction, the end bringing forth the beginning returning to the end. You will be the end of things, and Seven Noor. Armies will dream of your demise, curse you, fear you, but all creation must crash against the eternal shore in order to thrive and grow. If you can endure it, then say the words." And he says, "I am the rocks for the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken."
And be broken. He turns into Apocalypse during that, like.
Yeah, so many good lines in this episode. But that one where he says, "But I always will be." It's so good. It's so good.
I'm gonna give it Xavier, and here's why. It's pure Xavier. So what I wanted to mention.
Best character? So did you give him Xavier?
No, what I'm saying is that line is pure Xavier. So earlier we're like Magneto and Xavier sort of switching roles. This is the opposite of that. Even though he had possibly just absorbed even more of Magneto's consciousness, the way he's speaking to Apocalypse there, like just spitting at him with words, you know. Magneto doesn't talk like that. When Magneto gets to that point, he's just like, now my actions will speak instead of my words. Like, because he's a man of action, whereas Xavier's a man of words. So like when Xavier's pushed to the limit, he just spits at you, man. Like, so yeah, that was pure. That was a pure 100% Xavier. That wasn't any of Magneto influence at all in those words about the vile nature and you should have left this baby to bake in the sun. That was all Xavier right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. The Wolf Award, though, ooh, that's a tough one. I mean, Apocalypse is great in this one. It's got to be Apocalypse, Magneto, or Xavier because the three of them get like 90% of these 2 episodes. I am going to give it to Xavier. Actually,
Best character?
Yeah.
Apocalypse for me.
I mean, that's fair. I was just trying to be different. But like Xavier really, I loved the end of this one. Xavier.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I like the little tease for the next episode. It's fun.
Yep.
Did you notice who you probably don't doesn't mean anything to you, but those of you paying attention at home who know a bit about film or TV, the voice of Black Widow is Lake Bell. Who
I know. I love Lake Bell. She's also the voice of Black Widow in the What If series.
She was.
And Lake Bell, I know from Boston Legal, which I'm a big fan of. And,
really?
Is in that? Yeah, man.
Interesting.
William Shatner and James Spader, and that was a great show.
She did Children's Hospital, that comedy thing online.
Man, Lake Bell. She's also in the MCU as a live action character. She's in.
Yeah, she was in. She was
Captain
killed.
War?
Was it? No, it was the new Captain America. Wasn't it the 4th one? Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She's like killed right at the beginning.
Or the government, or she was on a boat.
Yeah, she is killed.
Apocalypse gets the award from Hanif too. Yeah, fair enough. But Xavier was awesome, spitting that poison at
It was Wakanda Forever. She's in Wakanda Forever.
Oh yes, it was Wakanda Forever.
At the beginning. Yeah.
She's like hearing the sounds that the Atlanteans are making, and
they blow up the ship or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, let's move on to this.
Hey, check this out.
So, what I'm going to talk about here for a minute, you know what? I'll take us through it a little because it follows our X-Men 97 Season 2 Issue 1 review that we did on the show.
Keep talking. I'm going to go grab some right back.
Well, I'm going to take the goons through this a little bit because it's important stuff because it's fills in a bit of backstory. So this is really showing what is happening with Jubilee and X-Force and really gets into her training more, whereas in the little montage we see in the opening of episode 2, they just show her being blindfolded and being quite skilled already at fighting Psylocke blindfolded, where this shows they're training Sunspot in the same way, and it's really just Psylocke kicking the crap out of both of them. Like this, they're learning the hard way. Actually, it's not just like here's some moves and stuff, and here's how you can do things blindfolded. No, like they just have to fight Psylocke, sometimes blindfolded, until they don't get beat up. So, train the hard way. And Cable calls it playtime. So this is where they're briefing, Cable's briefing X-Force on War. They want to track War down, but they realize they have to find him. And the only way they can do that Cable knows, is like Caliban. So, and they show some scenes of the Hound Caliban that we saw in season 5 of X-Men the Animated Series. But Jubilee doesn't want them to go after Caliban because Caliban's had a rough time, and especially with like Apocalypse. And she's just like, we can't bring him into any of this kind of stuff. So I'm just bringing the X-Goons up on the issue here, Andre. So one thing of relevance to you maybe is that Psylocke just beats the crap out of Jubilee and Roberto until they get good at fighting. And then it shows like in the future, Cyclops is going by the name Slim, Slym, and Jean Grey is going by Red, RE. Yes, kind of like slime, isn't it? But so this little scrap where it's Cyclops, Jean, and Nathan, and they're fighting Ahab. Ahab shows up. Remember Ahab?
Oh yeah, Captain Ahab.
No, not Captain Ahab. X-Men Ahab. This guy. He was in the Sega X-Men game.
Sega.
Throws those spears at you. It goes clunk, clunk. It hits you clunk. But yeah, so then it shows Ozymandias and Apocalypse there, and Apocalypse is still regenerating. And Ozymandias is telling them this is where they first found out about Nathan. It's filling in that bit of backstory as well. Ozymandias finds out about Nathan through Ahab, that he's got potentially a lot of mutant power, and that they seem to be coddling him over at the Ascani. So they're like, maybe this is the guy, the promised one. And then, it just goes back to X-Force, and the X-Force are gonna, they've agreed to go find Caliban, even though Jubilee doesn't like it. I love how Jubilee's just never for anything X-Force is doing. She's like, can't we do this a little nicer or something? But then Anna Lee is down there in the Morlock tunnels, and she's like one of the few Morlocks that we'd actually recognize in this scene, because most of them died on Genosha. And she talks about that. And then Amelia Vaught and the Acolyte show up, but of course in this...
Amelia?
Yeah, Amelia Vaught.
You know who we saw? Amelia Estevez.
Amelia Estevez, yes.
And I said, Amelia! And she tipped her hat, sir. She tipped her hat. Do you get that reference?
Nope.
Night at the Roxbury. There you go. You know who we saw? We saw Emilio Estevez. And I leaned out the window and I said, Emilio! And he tipped his hat at us, sir. He tipped his hat.
So the other Morlocks that we see here... Oh, no, this isn't the names of the Morlocks. So the other...
you mean
Acolytes that we see here are Gargoyle, Barnacle, Projector. Yeah.
They're really running out of names for these.
For the Acolytes, they are. They never worked too hard on Acolyte names anyway. And then Frenzy shows up. And Cable's like,
this is my name, my friend Engine, and my other person, Eraser, and this is Pencil. And then we have, I was looking around my house, we have Watch and Bookshelf. These are our new Morlocks. Bookshelf's is a strong and powerful mutant, I must say. You gotta look out for Bookshelf.
Yep.
He'll organize your
books. Then during this fight, though, Caliban drags Jubilee away because he actually has a lot of feelings for her. I think he told her he loves her in that episode. So yeah, he's skinny again, not a hound. He's just regular old Caliban, but he does say that he'll help them just because he wants to stop Apocalypse and because to help Jubilee. But then it's just to make everything faster, I guess. Betsy just comes up and just scrambles his brain and just takes his power and does all the sensing for him, and then they walk away basically. She's like, this might hurt. And then Jubilee's pissed, and he's just... Caliban's like, don't feel bad, Jubilee. Just make it worth it. So that's pretty much the backstory there. And then the Acolytes don't go after X-Force or fight them anymore, but they're just like, maybe you guys should follow Exodus 2, basically. So that's my, hey, check this out. Check out... that X-Men Season 2 97 series. It's better than the previous X-Men 97 Season 1 comics. I'll say that already. And check out this awesome cover. It's a great cover. This Lorna and Bobby.
Great cover.
Pretty great. Or is that thing that Eve sent us later? It's the Green Wanda.
That's funny. I'm going to tell you to check. It's funny because we flip flopped. You picked something that I guess it is relevant to the show, but I don't think quite as irrelevant as what mine is going to be to this particular.
What was that? So
episodes. Usually you pick the comics.
Uncanny X-Men 268.
No.
Check that one as well too, because that's the one with Cap and Black Widow and Wolverine on the cover that they were.
No, but usually pick the issues that the comic that this episode is based on. And that's in this, which is the Rise of Apocalypse. So this contains collecting the series Rise of Apocalypse 1-4, which has him fighting Rama Tut, him being the slave, has Logos. Really?
Nope.
It's all in here, written by Terry Cavanaugh. But it's got it does have characters that didn't show up in this, of course. Like the female Nefertiti, is that her name? But anyway, it's got that whole story. It's kind of the same story without the X-Men being involved in time travel, but you do have Rama Tut in there, and and his design is very similar to how he is in the thing.
Have you read it yet?
Not all of it. I already showed the first one. It's pretty fun. Definitely. I don't think the celestial thing builds into it, but actually I think it does. So yeah, it does actually. So yeah,
it's all celestial technology. Yes, they have to tie into it.
This book also contains a bunch of different stuff from this book. There's the Further Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix 1-4 is included in this, which had a backup in it, which was the Black Knight versus Exodus. Which
they fought the Crusades together, those two.
Then we have the X-Men Apocalypse Dracula crossover. Black Knight Exodus is in here. Further Adventure Cyclops and Phoenix. That's not the backup. That's a different one. 1-4 is in here. And we also have a reprint of Fantastic Four number 19, which is the Rama Tut Kang story. We also have Sinister miniseries.
What an interesting trade.
Maybe the Further Adventure Cyclops and Phoenix has this other storyline in the back. It's
what's the Young Nathan stuff?
Oh, it is. It's the Death of a Dream. The Origin of the Species, written by Peter Milligan. The story. It's Sinister in it, like back in Victorian times. And also the 4-part Dracula versus Apocalypse series, which is interesting. So
I heard that wasn't great.
It's probably not. I haven't got to that one yet. But Nefri?
I was going to track it down and have us review it for this Halloween, actually. And then the reviews I were reading of it were so bad, I was like, maybe we won't. But
we can read other horror comics. You can do that one with Gambit and Wolverine where they team up to find Jack the Ripper.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should do that one. Well, yeah. Hey, check those out, everybody. And what I was going to say, too, as far as like tying into this episode, one thing I would say about Apocalypse, things, if you want to see kind of what happens in the era where this episode ends. So he becomes Apocalypse, the X-Men leave, and he's left as Apocalypse 3,000 years ago. You get a lot of that sort of backstory in the Krakoan age, where you realize he has a wife, and she's worse than him. She believes in all the survival of the fittest stuff too, but he's like more like the one trying to like minimize how cruel that is. So there's a whole backstory there.
I kind of hate. I mean, I love comics. I love that comics live for decades, and that the storylines just build upon each other for forever. But sometimes it's too much. It goes too far. Like, we don't need he's like this ultimate bad guy, survival of the fittest, and now he has like
he's
a
still
wife
that,
and
but compared to everybody else, he's still crazy. But she's just
but he took time to get married. Like, he fell in love, bought a ring. They had a ceremony. It just doesn't seem.
Well, she's like super powerful too.
Where'd she come from?
She has this mask of is it an annihilation mask? I think it's called Mask of Annihilation. She's called Annihilation, I believe. She has this mask that gives her crazy superpowers.
So Apocalypse just happens to find someone whose name is the same as his, but different.
Hey, wearing ace is cool.
Do you remember that very brief time in the 90s?
It's the Scarlet A, you know what I'm saying?
Remember that very brief time in the 90s where there was like an apocalypse villain called Holocaust? Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember Holocaust. They changed his name to Nemesis.
It makes more sense. I mean, the term Holocaust doesn't mean necessarily just the
No.
what the Nazis did, but it is certainly synonymous with that nowadays.
Yeah.
All right, next segment. Let's go.
All right. Well, we got one more segment, I suppose. It's late. All right, here.
You don't like the movie? Change the channel.
Well, I'm going to suggest. I picked up a couple of movies today to add to the old collection. New 4K releases of some movies you may be familiar with. One old, one new.
Me, you like to read the backs and ask me if I know the movie.
Oh, okay. You'll get this real fast. Maybe if I skip the stuff that explains it. A new technologically superior Soviet nuclear sub is heading for the U.S. coast under the command of Captain Marco
The Hunt for Red October?
Yes. It's the Steelbook 4K release of The Hunt for the Red October. Which is cool.
Definitely seen it.
Now the other is the new movie, which I loved very much. After breaking the mysterious one-wish willow to win his crush's heart, a hopeless romantic finds himself getting exactly what he asked for, but soon discovers that some desires come at a dark and sinister price.
I don't know.
It's Obsession, which just came out this year.
Haven't seen
it. Very, 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 very good. But the movie I am going to suggest mostly, I'm just kind of running through some cool ones I got recently, is so there's a movie by A24. Came out, I think, earlier this year. Let me ask you a question, Devin. And this is basically the plot of the movie, but I'm just curious as to what your take on it is. Because this movie, I like movies that make you think and make you question, morality, your own decisions you would make given the same situation, and the judgment you make on others. So, say you had a fiance, someone that you love dearly and known for 3-4 years. And soon before you're about to get married, you discover that as a teenager, like 14 or 15, you're like many years ago now, your fiance planned a school shooting, didn't go through with it, had the gun, took it to school, but didn't do it. Would you still marry that person?
They didn't do it. Good triumphed over evil.
But
People
the reason they didn't
did they get supported?
No, just something came up and they didn't get a chance to do it. And then they got sidetracked and never.
So they didn't morally decide it was wrong and
I mean, in a way, but not necessarily the event that stopped it from occurring.
It would depend on the particulars. I would have to grill them a little.
And that happens. So the movie stars Robert Pattinson and Zendaya. Zendaya is the person who, as a teenager, almost did this. And Pattinson is her fiance. And it's a really good movie about how much we judge other people and how much, I guess, we live in our own heads when it comes to stuff like that. I really enjoyed it. I was quite impressed with how good it was.
Yeah.
It's called
the reason. That's why I like Star Trek.
I love stuff like that. It's called The Drama is the name of the movie. And it was very well done. I would suggest checking it out if you're into that sort of thing.
All right. Well, it's late. Any final thoughts on these episodes?
The show's incredible. I can't get over how incredible the show is, and it continues to be incredible. I'm sure
we're going to Weapon X stuff too. We finally get a Wolverine episode next episode. It's gonna be cool, man.
Yep. You know what I would like actually? A Beast episode. We didn't know you one of those either. So give me one of those, please, universe. Maybe that'll be the
it was a Tennyson episode.
Tennyson King's coming soon to America. Come check him out.
Tennyson. He wouldn't get that. I would just
read this
to him, and I walked up to him and I said, Tennyson.
This is what I'm reading currently.
No. Tennyson.
Dark Carnival. By David J. Scow and Elias Savada. It is a biography about the director Todd Browning, who mainstream people may know as the director of the movie Dracula, the Bela Lugosi film from the 1930s. But he made a ton of black and white horror movies back in the day, some silent, some talking. he grew up in the circus, so he made a lot of horror movies based around the circus, and he made one of the most interesting.
He do Freaks.
He did do Freaks. I was going to say which is what I was about to say. He did one of the most interesting and disturbing movies you may ever watch in your lifetime. Freaks.
I've seen Freaks more than once.
It's a good movie. I might show it for Halloween in my movie club. Yeah, it was very controversial. Kind of ruined his career, but basically he hired real circus freaks to play
real freaks
in a movie called Freaks about circus freaks. And
it's a great movie.
It's the scene where she's running away from them in the pouring rain, the thunder and lightning, and the black and white.
They're like climbing under the
it's beautiful. It's so disturbing, but so good. It's a really good movie, and because he'd used real people with deformities, it was a bit controversial at the time. It kind of ruined his career, but very interesting. And I'm just reading this book about his life. Speaking of deformities, I
don't know why that would ruin his career, though. I mean, he's just hiring people that were best for the roles.
Well, at the time, it was disturbing imagery to watch on a screen.
Oh yeah, I see.
It was too scary. It was more about it was too much for some people. By today's world, it's pretty standard. But
look, there is nothing that means more than him than the health of his
well-being of my freaks. Yeah, speaking of deformities, I just a fun update on Andre. So I have some hips been bothering me for a little while. I got an X-ray, and my doctor said
getting a steel hip, Andre.
No, it's not. It's not broken or anything. But I have something called Cam's deformity. So I'm technically deformed, which is it's like your ball joint on your hip. It's like a ball, and then there's sort of like the bone goes up and sort of indents and then becomes a ball, so that you have rotation. So when that happens on some people, where it kind of goes like this before it meets the ball, there's more bone, so it doesn't have quite the right. It's like a little thicker. It means it kind of causes an impingement, meaning you don't have full range of motion, and it's kind of tender. It hurts sometimes, so that's what I got. But I had to go get blood work because I had the X-ray, but in order to see an orthopedic surgeon, because sometimes they'll shave it down, I had to get an MRI and I need to get a blood test. And I was like, oh, I got good luck. There's one in my area today I could look for. Which is like the day I get told that I had to get one. So I'm like, oh, cool. That's unheard of, is to be able to find one the same day in your town. And with our healthcare system the way it is right now. So I got the appointment. I went to it. It was at 12 o'clock. Guess what time I got in, Devin? To get the blood, to give the blood collection.
It was supposed to be at 1?
12.
Oh, you probably got in around 3 or 4?
Yeah, 2:30. But I had an appointment. That's the thing, right? So my appointment was at 12. I didn't get in until 2:30. So I may need minor surgery on it. I don't know. We'll see. I guess he's wrestling 3 shows this weekend. This guy.
3 shows in one weekend?
Yep. Friday, Saturday, Sunday for Red Rock Wrestling. Also, I have to play in a golf tournament.
Where are you going? Like Summerside, Charlottetown?
Not for this one. It's Mill River. There's a golf tournament that I have to play in and then wrestle that night. And then Mill River, Morel, and Georgetown.
Oh, wow. Really small towns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like usually when I go over there, it's Charlottetown, but they do these tours in the summer. I go to other parts of the islands.
Daniel's Hot Topics 8187 says, can't wait for X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 5 tomorrow. Hope we get a cameo from Spider-Man. Oh, that'd be sick.
You think so?
I would take a Spidey cameo. I mean, it's weird, and I just hope it's Alpha Flight. I don't know who the old band is, but like I'd rather it be like Alpha Flight than like Maverick or like that old crew.
Oh, Maverick. Yeah, I mean Maverick would be cool. I like Maverick.
I'd rather see Alpha Flight. All right, well,
our role here may not be finished.
I think it is. I
want to give you one last rumor. So you know who Glenn Powell is?
Yes.
There's rumor he might be Marvel's Nova.
Like Dick Ryder.
Rich Ryder, yeah.
Yeah, Dick Ryder.
I don't think they ever called him Dick in the comics. Especially not Dick Ryder.
Dick is short for Richard. His name's Dick
Richard.
Ryder.
They call him Richard Ryder. Though I never thought about that before. His name is literally Dick Ryder.
Yeah, it seems Dick Rider.
He's riding dicks.
The writers who gave him that name definitely knew they were doing that.
It was the 90s.
No, not when Richard Rider has been around longer than that.
Sorry, I'm thinking it was the 90s when like New Mutants became a thing, or New Warriors became a thing.
New Warriors.
It's the 80s, was it, when he's first set up? He's in Spider-Man originally.
70s.
Yeah, I guess so. Fuck.
70s.
Hmm.
All right, well, catch you next time, everybody.
Next time.
I suppose it was only a matter of time.
This program is a proud part of the Swear to Pod Network.